Hey y'all, Lexi with Helix Stitchcraft here. It's been a while since I have kind of introduced myself, so if you're new to my channel or new-ish to my channel, I am a ADHD artist who is primarily obsessed with yarn and all things crochet. I want to learn to knit. I get an idea and bring it to fruition, whatever medium it requires, most frequently. I also am extremely, as I said, ADHD, so I squirrel off a lot. Today is going to be one of those days. We're going to call this my Talkative Tuesday video because I realize that I have a lot to talk about. I got some happy mail from Michelle and Cheyenne Live Fantastical. I won one of the drawings for Lori Stories and Crochet, her celebration for reaching her big milestone. Anyway, I got the same notebook as Lori because I thought it was the cutest. They hang in there. Honestly, I love it. I absolutely love it. My understanding is Cheyenne does all the artwork for these, and it's really, really cute, but I think it's going to be a gift. I think I'm going to gift it forward because I have somebody in mind that I think it would be really appropriate for. So there's that. Kind of along the same vein a little bit of happy mail. I have kind of sort of not really a haul because I've bought these over the last couple of months just gradually as I have found them on like major sale. But if you guys remember, I've never really read patterns before, and I've been crocheting for about 30 years. I have only recently started trying to read some patterns. 1 second. What? Can this wait? Like for a few minutes? She figured something out about predators on her game and was so excited and didn't know I was recording. Anyway, what was I talking about? Amis. Trying to read patterns. So I bought myself a few books, and I'm realizing that a few of them are, number one, either more sewing than I would prefer to start out with at least, or a little bit advanced, like this guy. I feel that he's a little bit advanced for somebody who doesn't really read patterns, and I'm not struggling to read the pattern. That's not the problem. I'm struggling. How do I explain this? The ADHD makes it so that sitting and having to read step by step what it is that I'm supposed to be doing makes it so boring that I don't want to be engaged in it. I really want to make him, but this process is killing me. It's not my favorite thing to do, following patterns. I wing it. I make things up as I go, and this is the challenge in potentially writing my own patterns, is slowing down enough to write things down and be able to convey to anybody else what it is that I have done. Anyway, so I'm feeling that he's a little bit advanced. I was looking at other AMIGURUMI kits that advanced partly because of the reading patterns and also because I'm not versed in AMIGURUMIs. If you guys have seen a couple of the things that I've done, they're cute. They look kind of like what they're supposed to look like, but they're a little wonky, right? Because I've made it up as I've gone along. I want him to be perfect, but I hate the process of reading the pattern. So anyway, I've gotten a couple easier ones recently, and I will link them, whatever the cost was. I paid $5.40 something cents, I think, for this. There's the name. This is a 2-pack of Dolphins. Cute little kit. Very nice yarn. That's that chain spun tubular stuff that I hear is in the Woobles kits and whatnot. This is your, that is your Dolphin guy. So there's enough yarn supposedly for a blue one and a pink one. I've got 2 kids, and one of my daughter's favorite colors is pink and the other is blue, so perfect. And it was $5. So I got that one thinking that this should be nice and easy. I should be able to do this. It, as I accidentally showed you, has a QR code to take you to tutorial videos. I haven't looked at anything. I have no idea quality. I have no idea. We will get into that later. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. And when I do these things, I will go into more depth about that. But I got that one. I also scored this guy. I don't like that it's taped down. Let me cut this. I can't help it. I am a lifelong, pretty much lifelong fan of the movie Empire Records. So when I first saw this, the first thing I thought, its name is Rexy the Dino. Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy. Say no more, mon amour. Anyway, AMIGURUMI. AMIGURUMI. That's really cute. Anyway, these guys are like $38.99 or some crap normally on Amazon, but I scored this one for $5 and change. I have no idea why this one dino, the only difference in them, there's two Triceratops ones. One of them is a little bit cheaper than the other one, and then the rest of them are the same dino in different colors, but they were all almost 40 freaking dollars, while this guy was $6. So I grabbed this one. It looks like a pretty efficient kit. It looks a bit like, you know, what I have seen of the Woobles kits. I haven't opened it to see what it looks like on the inside. We will do that together in a video someday, maybe. But I'm thinking hopefully this one should be equally as easy-ish as the Dolphins. And my intent and hope is that I'm going to learn more techniques for Amigurumi and be able to fudge my way through these things with a little more finesse. I got one other, and I got it because I had to. If you know anything about me, I love mushrooms. I love mushrooms for all the reasons and all the ways. And I have quite a bit of a collection of decor and things like that. And this was just stinking adorable. I'll figure out how to open it. This kit comes with all that stuff. It of course has the eyes and the hooks and the tapestry needles and everything. It's got the stuffing. Look at what this makes, y'all. Look at the mushy chicks. I'm in love with the mushy chicks. They are so stinking cute, and I can't wait. I don't know how long it's going to take me to get around to making these. Maybe I will have somebody that's a bit more of a pro than me if I can't bring myself to get around to this, do this for me. But oh my goodness, they are adorable, and I want them in my life. I want them in my office to hang out with me whenever I get to hang out in there again. So that's my haul-ish. I will link each of those. Those were all from Amazon. I'll link, and so is the Crochetta guy, the devil guy. I'll link them all below. I have no idea what they may cost now. Like I said, I got each of them on sale. I think the chicks were $11.99, but I paid more because, oh my god, they're so cute. The other two, seriously though, were under $6 each when I paid for them. So shop around on there. You know, Allegor and his rhythms and Annie and her Linux and whatever. When you go and start looking at those ones, it keeps popping up and showing me all the discounted Amigurumi kits now. And there's a lot out there. So, if you guys have any other particular, I don't know, maybe YouTube content creators or particular books or methods, any suggestions whatsoever you have for me to improve my Amigurumi skills, that is something that I am realizing I'm going to be working on when I get through some of this other stuff. Y'all, I have so much. Again, I'm gonna pull my notebook up real quick here. Look at this. This is up to date as of probably 4 or 5 days ago. This is my whips list. Y'all, what the hell is wrong with me? And then I did something the last few days. I've done some things, I should say. Let me find my list again. I just lost it. So, priorities. I signed up to do Battle of the Stitches for August 2025 again. If you are unfamiliar with Battle of the Stitches, it is a friendly crochet competition between 4 individuals, 2 of which run Battle of the Stitches, Heather from Strings and Threads and Teresa at Critters Crochet. And then there are 2 competitors, if you will, that join them. There is a stitch per month out of this book, The Step-by-Step Guide to 200 Crochet Stitches by Tracey Todhunter. This month for August, we're doing the staggered double crochet. That's this one here. Very checkerboard pattern. It's exciting. I love this book and its charts and the way it explains things. It's an awesome book. Last I knew, it was $11.60 on sale on Amazon. Again, I will link that. And go get you one because this is an awesome book. So each Wednesday of the month for Battle of the Stitches, the first Wednesday, we each put out a tutorial on how to do whatever stitch has been designated for the month. And then the second Wednesday, we give you a sneak peek of the project that we are creating for the competition. And then the third week, it is the reveal as well as the tutorial to show you how to create said project that we have created. The fourth week, we do a live where somebody from our audience who has commented on the poll and voted for one of our projects gets to take home one of our projects. So yeah, that's the project that I'm doing for this month. I have had to stop myself. I have completed one full project that I'm giving to my sissy from another missy, and I'm doing a second one that I'm using for the tutorial and for the actual bots competition this month. But I've had to stop myself because I'm cruising through it so quickly and I need to record it. So yeah, I'm doing awesome there. It's only the 3rd as I'm recording this. It is Sunday the 3rd. It's Tuesday the 5th for you. Outside of that, I was working quite a bit on my Mama G shirt that I'm designing. I need to stitch the 2 sides together and try it on, but I am fairly certain I'm going to have to frog most of this backside that I have done. I think that I made the underarms far too big, and I'm afraid to find that out. So it's on timeout again until I have it in me to face that reality. I've been busy the last several days, so I've done a couple of things. You know, projects get to a certain size and it's very hard to carry them with you. So I tend to start something new. You saw my whips list a second ago. We went to the pool on Friday and I needed something to take with me. And so I started a blanket that I intend for the Safe Haven donation through Camille's Creations. So this is, I'm doing Big Twist Vortex in Bird of Paradise. Single bird of paradise. Sorry. In this pattern. Y'all look at how beautiful this is working up. I'm loving it. So, there's that. I am almost a full cake. This is what I have left of the first cake. I'm aiming for about 70 by 70 square. So, we'll see. I don't know how many cakes that might end up taking. Y'all probably just heard my daughter screaming inside. They're playing. They're fine. But yeah, so I took my girls to the pool. This pool is awesome. It has like a playground right in the middle of like the 2-foot deep area. So the kids can just play and I get to sit on the side of the pool for part of the time at least and just crochet. spend some time in the water, make sure to get a sunburn, bleach all my blue out of my hair, you know, those things. And then yesterday, Saturday for me, we went to 2 different birthday parties. The second one being a summer ween party, so my girls were dressed up as little witches because that's what they dress up as every year. At least my oldest, she has said that that's what she will be for Halloween every single year of her life. So I'm not going to argue it. I think it's beautiful. I take her thrifting and we find her a fancy, fancy dress each year. And she has a collection of hats going. So there's that. We had a lot of fun, but with that too, I took to the pool, I took the blanket, and I had started myself. You guys, I keep thinking that I'm starting myself a shawl and then it ends up being for somebody else. This time I am certain that I have found my shawl, one that is going to be for me. And I started that. I started exploring which pattern to do on Friday. Yesterday I spent most of my time that I was crocheting working on this. I'm using a 3mm hook, and this is, oh, let me see, White House. There we go. Let's go like that. So yeah, I think I'm following the pattern correctly. I found this. This was a fiber spider shawl, and I'm gonna link that below too. I'm using, this is a black cashmere blend that my husband got me through Temu. He got me kind of an abundance of it. So I caked quite a bit of it up. I mean, nothing, it doesn't look like anything, but it feels amazing. Yeah, this is going to be, as I'm playing with it though, now that I have blocked a couple of things, this shawl and then my Magic Land yarn, little cardie that I made, I can't wait to block this out and really open up those stitches. It's really quite beautiful and lacy. I have never done a full fiber spider pattern. The way that he teaches, I like a lot of his patterns. I'm very interested, but the couple of times that I've tried to follow one of his tutorials, my brain just doesn't connect with the way that he talks. And so it's tricky for me. No, baby, I'm not done. Go in, give me a couple more minutes. Please. What else? Things that I started. Where did it go? Oh no. Oh, that's right there. I balled up 2 hanks of this gorgeous Lotus yarn blend. This is the Swan Lake lace weight yarn. It is a 50% cashmere, 40% fine wool, 10% Angora. 365 meters, 250 gram balls. So I have 100 grams balled up here. And I have a very special shawl that I'm going to be starting with that one too. But we've only gotten this far so far. All right. Family pulled me away for a second. Squirrels. So yeah, Lotus yarn, balled up. Beautiful blue. Ready for another shawl. Right now, sitting on the back burner because it's been extremely hot. I have not been working on hubby's blanket. I haven't touched it since the last time I put a video up. I have put a little bit of work into the menagerie corner to corner for my girls. They're going to get matching ones hopefully by Christmas, to match what will be their new bedroom makeover. I did also realize that I completely neglected to go over the FOs that I completed for the month of June at the start of last month. So let's talk about June and July real quick. If you guys go back in the videos, I am pretty sure that I showed you all of these different things. For the month of June, I finished Jessica's robe. They were bod shawl pattern. It's called the Jessica shawl. I made one in a pink and white bamboo viscose, shiny, beautiful, lacy thing as a something new for Jessica, my now sister-in-law's wedding present. And I also completed one of the Hobbies Cotton King Super Deluxe cakes in that blue gradient, that bright oceany blue gradient that she took to Hawaii with her. I also finished what I'm calling the Runicorn, my eldest's unicorn. I finished 2 rainbow dresses out of the menagerie in Rosy Maple Moth. And I completed a shawl for my oldest as well. I completed the Radar Doppler shawl for my little friend Spencer. And my Hippy Dippy poncho were all done in June. July, now that we are into August, we'll talk about what I completed in July. I completed my notebook cover, my Sweetheart's Night cardie, my Bots purse that is being mailed out. Oh, excuse me, my nose is so itchy today. My Bots purse that's being mailed out to Lori at Lori Stories and Crochet because she won our drawing for the month and she chose my purse. So there's that. The 8 snow people, 9 snow people if you count the SLC snowman I made for my husband. I made my youngest a pair of Centro socks because she wanted tube socks. She wanted to help make tube socks, and then she didn't really help. And then during our swell adventure, I made my youngest little two-tone blue panda. So those were the completed objects for the month of July. I'm full of uhs today. I apologize. This next month, I was watching live yesterday, I believe. Chef Lori at the Armchair Chef and Michelle from Michelle and Cheyenne Live Fantastical are doing a magical Mal in a Halloween theme for the month of August. So make sure you get on board with that. If you make anything Halloween themed, starting it in the month and completing it in the month of August, email it to Michelle. With that, it made me remember that I must. I have a vintage whip I'm going to share with you. Must complete this. This will not count as my Halloween Magical Mal because it's already started. It's almost finished. But it's been sitting, languishing for 2 years, and my poor baby girl hasn't gotten to use it. I made my oldest years ago. I made her a Frankenstein trick-or-treat bag. And then 2 years ago, well, 2 Halloweens ago, I started this for my youngest. This is the back side. It smells old and musty. That makes me sad. It's been sitting in a cabinet that I don't normally keep. Oh no! Not everything is in here, and I thought it was. Dang it. Okay, well, I'm going to have to find all of that. With primarily this yarn and then another light purple and whatever. I have a bat. There's wings even. They have wire in them to hold them out, and I just have to piece it together. Like, I have all the pieces for the face. I have the wings done. I have everything freaking done. I just need to sew the damn thing together, and I hate sewing, so it hasn't happened. Last year, I straight up forgot about it, so that's why it didn't happen last year, but dang it, I thought it was all in this bag. I'm going to have to dig around and find it because it's very important to me that I get this done for Halloween this year for my daughter. With that though, remembering my Tiny's bag that needs to be finished It also made me remember the vintage whip that is in this bag. I'm only going to show you a sneak peek because the person that this is for, my sissy from another Missy, watches my channel. So she had told me literally a couple of years ago that she wouldn't mind a tote bag. It was the Frankenstein. The Frankenstein bag. Her favorite monster, as is mine, is Frankenstein. And she had said to me after she saw that she wouldn't mind a tote bag. And so I have one mostly made for her. But again, it comes down to the sewing. And it's not done. So I've pulled this out as well with the bat bag to stare me in the face until I do something about them. Speaking of pressure, Decade Divas. September through October, we have 30 something people, I think, doing Decade Divas this year. 70s themed, and I've got an October slot. So make sure you stay tuned. I am definitely starting to feel the pressure on that, especially because I've taken on so many other things. But I'm also feeling pretty confident in the one thing that might stand alone if I don't complete more than one thing. I have a list of 5 things I would like to complete for Decade Divas this year, but minimally the one will stand alone. So I'm feeling that a little bit. What is ahead? I've got my list of priorities, the things that I need to be working on this week. We are getting ready to start the school year. We're unschoolers, and so for us the school year is really just documenting how my kids have been learning each week, once a week, to the school system that we get their funding for. So yeah, that is getting ready to start, so I'm trying to get my routine in order. I have to mail out Lori's package this week, the purse, so that's going out tomorrow. I did receive a key piece of what will be mommy gifts for my mommy group for Christmas that I need to work on eventually. But yeah, I mean, squirrels, I'm doing all the things all the time because it's all happening, and it's happening right now. So there's that. I think that's about all I wanted to cover today. Nice long video for you. If you did make it to the end, let me know. I had the goal. Tomorrow is August 4th that I did not meet said goal. The goal was 400 subscribers by August 4th. My 6-month mark is tomorrow of being on YouTube. So we didn't make it there. So we're going to set a new goal. I'm going to contemplate that a little bit, and I will let you know about that as soon as possible. But keep posted. I love doing giveaways and putting packages together for people, and I just enjoy that. So I wish you all well. I hope that you had a fantastic weekend and that Monday treated you well, and that you are looking forward to the week ahead, and you're out there living your life because it's all happening. I am gonna go live mine. I'll talk to you soon. Love you, bye.